Hello everyone, this is just a quick video, clarify some things, talk a little bit more about your assignments that are due over the next few days here. This will be a real quick video. First of all, I believe in the last video I said that you were going to have an outline and an annotated bibliography due for your critical research project or your final research project. I spoke out of turn. You actually only have a detailed outline due. Usually with graduate courses I also have them turn in an annotated bibliography, but I did not put that on your assignment list this time. So that project is due on, let me see, I believe it's Monday, 8 o'clock. Let me just double check. And as I'm pulling this up, be sure that you're following the latest version of the course schedule, which is on Blackboard. I've updated everything. So April 8th, 8 o'clock p.m. is your detailed outline deadline. Your reading response for Junot Diaz's Brief Wondrous Life of Oscar Wilde is due Friday, 8 o'clock. And your last reading response for our last text, which is going to be The Arab of the Future, will be due next Friday, April 22nd by 8 p.m. After that, your last thing to turn in is your final research essay, which is due April 29th. There were some changes made in there because of some scheduling details, but I reflected them all on the schedule, and it's now just occurring to me that I did not update them on the actual syllabus where they're embedded in there. So if you're still going by those dates, a few of them might have been off by a few days. I'll tell you a little bit more about the detailed outline, what I want from it. Essentially, what do we have? 1 to 2 pages. If it goes beyond, or if it's a little shorter than that, I think you're okay. All I really want you to do is to begin thinking about a path for what it is that your final project will be doing. You've already done a review of one of your critical texts. You know, for some of you, it's your central idea that you're going to be building from. You know, an outside source that will really guide your research. For others of you, maybe it was one that's not going to be as important. But regardless, your outline should begin to set up exactly what methodology you're going to use, how you're going to get there. Now, I've talked with a number of you in person about this, and I don't expect an actual, well, let me just put it this way. I'm not going to be grading you on your outlining skills. Do you remember, you know, the capital letter, Roman numeral, this, that, and the other? That aside, if you want to do that, go for it, by all means. What I'm more going to be looking at is your ability to craft in phrases and ideas an organized presentation of what you are to find. If that means beginning with a research question or a thesis at the top and then building your introduction and your main points and who you will bring in as a critic where, and what they will say and how somebody else may complement it a little bit, that might be the best way to do it. Or it might be, listing out the major primary text, your objects of analysis. What books from our list or authors from our list are you going to be exploring? Obviously, don't need a lot of summary on those, but you might want to just highlight, I'm going to pull this particular thing out of here. I'm going to pull violence out of Ishmael Bey's book. I'm going to pull sexism out of Esmeralda Santiago's book. Or I'm going to pull transoceanic immigration out of Maxine Kingston's book. That is certainly important information to put into your outline. Okay? And then at this point, you should have an idea of where you are going to get to. What is that end point? So that, I keep doing this, but way down here at the bottom of your outline, it's going to have some idea of a conclusion, of a resolution, and it should, ideally speak back to your thesis and to your outlining, or I'm sorry, your outlaid question that drives your research. Okay, so the outline, if you look on the syllabus, there's this real quick description there. This should be thought of as a research plan, and that you should annotate your ideas, main points, and organizational development in the best way that will serve your larger research project. A typical outline may have a paragraph or two of summary, including some personal commentary as to how this outlines your research project. This is one of the best ways to approach this, with your motivations in mind. Take notes as you read through your sources, and continually ask yourself, how will this aid my research project? Okay? So what I mean by maybe a paragraph or two of summary, at the beginning it might be best to outline your idea in narrative form. The project that I'm going to be doing will be doing these things. We'll be looking at these texts. I'm going to be largely driven by this question and this sort of methodology, etc. Okay? And then show me your outline. That way I see these points, these bullet points or letters or whatever you're doing, and I'll know what they're supposed to be leading to. Because if you give me that list of bullets or letters or just phrases, I might not have an idea of the larger purpose that they're meant to speak to. So that's the writing, the prose narrative writing you should include in this detailed outline. And of course, you're going to want to have a title in place. If it's the same title as your final research essay, that's absolutely fine. Just something that gives me a nice sort of marker for what it is that you're going to be working with. If you have questions about this, email me. Like I said, I had a couple of you already email me or come by and talk about this. This is a bit of a lower stakes part of your assignments, 10%, so you still need to make sure you put in the effort, and really what this is doing is serving you more than it is me, because it begins or it provides the first real moment where you lay out the entirety or near entirety of what your final research essay will be. And also, those of you that write typically with outlines know that this can really, change your writing. If you know where you need to go next, your writing begins to sort of obey or flow with that idea in mind, and you get it's a little bit, sometimes anyway, less stressful to consciously be writing and thinking about, where am I going to go next? What am I going to do with this? Okay. So anyhow, that's it. Just a quick video. Hopefully it was a little bit more explanatory. If you are in need of some further clarifications on deadlines or descriptions, shoot me an email and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. See you soon. Bye.